Our show today. We are featuring a beautiful property in the British Virgin Islands. It is Rosewood Little Dix Bay. And today I have with me Brad Simmons, who is the Business Development Manager, the BDM of Rosewood Little Dix Bay. Welcome, Brad.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. I'm delighted to have this opportunity and introduce you to Little Dix Bay. So I'm just going to share my screen and take you through the journey of Little Dix Bay. So there we go. So yeah, just to introduce myself formally, I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for Little Dix Bay. I've been with Rosewood now for 8 years. This is my third property, and I've been involved with this beautiful resort for just about 2 years now. So let me take you for the little journey through the Caribbean and a little bit of the history of Rosewood Little Dix Bay. This is a resort that dates back to 1964. It is actually an original Lawrence Rockefeller resort. He came across this land in the late 50s and had the fortitude and vision to really create this most beautiful, sustainable, eco-tourist resort. And from the day it opened, and it was opened by Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, it really became one of the most popular resorts within the Caribbean. Rosewood have now had it for approximately 20 years. And back in 2015, we closed the resort for its first major renovation. And we actually ended up being closed for almost close to 5 years. Renovation. We were then due to open, got hit by a hurricane in 2017, and then had to rebuild the resort. And the silver lining of that is that we built it stronger and basically a better resort. And we were delighted to have reopened officially on January the 6th, 2020. Whilst I'm showing you this beautiful image on the screen, this gives you a good vision of what Little Dix Bay is. It's an 81 accommodation resort across 500 acres, and 79 of those accommodations run along the half-mile beach. So just imagine every single one of those rooms, you can wake up, can have that stretch when you get out of bed, and you can have your feet in the sand in approximately 60 seconds, and you could be swimming with the turtles in about 1.5 minutes. It really feels like you're a part of the landscape and that you are on a private island. The other two accommodations we have actually sit on the right-hand side of this picture up on the hilltop. We have 2 4-bedroom villas, perfect for big families, for entertaining, with 360-degree views over the resort, private pool, and you actually have your own private golf buggy in order to come down to the beach. And of course, all 81 accommodations have ocean view, which is a very beautiful aspect to the resort. One of the things that we wanted to do with bringing Little Dix Bay back to the British Virgin Islands and the Caribbean was really went back to the original design of the Rockefeller years, that 1960s kind of feel. You'll notice as we go through the presentation some beautiful mid-century modern design in furniture. Some of the photography we have is inspired by the 60s. For me, this is like walking around on the set of an old 1960s Sean Connery Bond movie. It has that beautiful resort chic element about it. As I mentioned, 81 rooms, suites, beach houses and villas, all ocean view. We have 7 event spaces, which also includes our restaurants and lounges. I'll come to that in a little bit more detail shortly, but it gives you an idea of some of the facility we have on property. Talk a little bit about location. We're actually situated on the island of Virgin Gorda. It's the 3rd largest island of 30 islands that make up the BVIs. We actually sit at the southern element of the island, near the Spanish town and the Baths, which is a big national park and big tourist attraction within the British Virgin Islands. To get here, you really have to fly through Tortola, the Terence B. Lentstone Airport. Once you arrive there, you'll actually be in the hands of Rosewood, and we bring you across to the resort in our own private catamaran. It takes about 20 minutes, and again, feels like you're arriving at your own private island on that journey. To get to Tortola, you've got to be generally going through San Juan in Puerto Rico. So pretty much anywhere within the US, you've got to be looking at 2 flights. It's very straightforward. There's very good connections, and certainly worth the trip in order to get to an area in the Caribbean that is very, very untouched. Our sense of stay, our 81 accommodations. This on the screen here is one of our 1-bedroom pool suites. This gives you a great example of the design, the residential feel, the sense of place that Rosewood have become very well known for. Lots of detail. You've got curated books. You've got a mini bar that is curated with local gin and rum and snacks. You've got photography in the rooms that's inspired by the 1960s. Really residential, very, very sense of place. This in particular as well gives you a great example of how the accommodation is built within the landscape. You know, you can lie in bed and you can feel the breeze, you can hear the palm trees, you can smell the ocean. And all of our accommodations has this kind of design across the board. We have entry-level cottages that tend to be on the easterly point of the resort. Then we go through lots of 1-bedroom suites, 1-bedroom pool suites. We have some unique treehouse suites that are up on stilts, which are incredible. And then, of course, we have a number of multi-room beach houses and villas. So we have lots of opportunity for families, for multi-generational families, reunion travel, a romantic couple, honeymoons, weddings, all sorts. We have a very diverse demographic coming to this resort, and we can really cater for all kinds of people. Food and beverage. When we were in the development stages of Little Dix Bay, in bringing it back to the Caribbean, one of the crucial things for us was how do we really make sure we elevate the quality of food and beverage. Rosewood Bahama really started that with the Caribbean. We've piggybacked off on that and really put together an incredible culinary program and a team consisting of approximately 10 different nationalities in our brigade. In the restaurants, we have the pavilion. This is the pavilion on the screen now. It's really the heart of the resort. And this is food that you'll find the tastes of India, West Indian, African, a little European, really the countries that influenced the Caribbean over the years. This is where you sit, you look at the bay, get this beautiful slow cooked food. We have an outdoor clay oven, just very beautiful cuisine going on in the pavilion. It's also where breakfast is served every day. The Sugar Mill, which is just down on the beach, is really an international tapas and seafood heavy restaurant. This is where you're going to get those big family style platters sitting on the beach, a glass of Sauvignon Blanc in your hand, a beautiful gin and tonic waiting for you, really beautiful, authentic seafood, all local, of course. And the Reef House, which is really becoming a very beautiful story for us, is our sustainable farm to fork restaurant. We've actually cultivated our own farm on property. We have chickens, we have a goat, we're growing our own vegetables, salads, herbs, edible flowers, fruits, and that really supplies the Reef House. We also work with local purveyors in order to create a very authentic fine dining Caribbean experience. That sits right at the dock. It's just shy of 50 covers and really has become the restaurant within the British Virgin Islands. Of course, we also have the rum room. For you come to the Caribbean, you got to try one of our 150 rums, some of our gin and tonic, some of our tequila, and just enjoy the night Caribbean style. Gatherings, you know, we don't have traditional meeting space on property. We do have a boardroom for 14 and so on, but what we do here is we do a lot of social events, weddings, some incentive travel. We tend to suggest using the restaurants, the terraces like you can see on the screen here, the gardens, the beaches, the farm. Lots of availability throughout the resort to really do anything for 10 people on a beautiful long table on the beach to 170 people on the gardens or in the pavilion. So lots of opportunity there to entertain all kinds of social and incentive type groups. Fitness and wellness. I mean, it's one of the most important things more than ever nowadays. And we've got a wellness program on property that really captures your mind, body, and soul. We have Sense, a Rosewood Spa that is elevated and built within the cliffside of the resort. It actually overlooks the Sir Francis Drake Channel. We have 8 treatment rooms that have their own individual terraces. So you can lie there and you can feel the breeze, smell the ocean. You can meditate, revitalize, really beautiful space. And all of our treatments are inspired by the land, the sea, the sand, and so on. We also then have an incredible fitness center. We've got cardio, weight equipment. We're doing yoga classes, Pilates, boxercise, high intensity training, everything to really sort of eat, drink, be merry, but then also keep fit while you're on your vacation. We've also then got 7 tennis courts. Actually, forgive me, 6 tennis courts and 2 pickleball courts. I don't really know what pickleball is, so I'll call it tennis. But we have these courts, and on property, an incredible tennis pro, Jason, who's there to do one-on-one classes, or even do a little tennis academy for a family. And then we've got 2 outdoor pools, one near the pavilion and one up in the spa. And then finally, the British Virgin Islands is really one of the most untouched areas in the Caribbean. It's very uncommercial. So as a result, you've got some of the most beautiful beaches and the most beautiful water in the world. It really is also the sailing capital of the world. So definitely, if you're going to come to the BVIs, you're going to get your feet wet. I definitely recommend doing some sailing, going off island, seeing the BVIs from the ocean. Take a trip down to William T's or Salty Dollar, go and do a bit of snorkeling, grab a few painkillers on the local bars there. Diving, there are 300 dive sites in and around the BVIs, shipwrecks and all sorts. Snorkeling, of course, we have our own coral reef to snorkel around and see the beautiful wildlife. Kayaking, paddleboarding. We've also got hiking trails, you know, have one of our butlers go with you and learn a little bit about the foliage and the wildlife within this area. And then finally, we have access to 7 secluded beaches. So can you imagine maybe a romantic couple who want to have a beach on their own for the day with a beautiful picnic hamper and a bottle of champagne, or a family who want to go to one of these beaches and have a grill and some beers and some wine and have that seclusion, maybe a little shipwrecked kind of experience. We have that access, and that's very unique within the area. So I thank you so much for taking the time. That's Little Dix Bay in a nutshell. By all means, you can reach out to me anytime. Again, my name is Brad Simmons, Director of Sales and Marketing for the resort, and I'm here to help as much as I can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brad. That was wonderful. I'm sure a lot of couples would love that for their honeymoon, and I'm sure a lot of families would enjoy going to Rosewood Little Dix Bay for a detach and a detox of the environment that they're in. So if anybody out there is interested in learning more about Rosewood Little Dix Bay and the British Virgin Islands, and you want rates or reservations, just reach out to me. My name is Teresa, and I am the founder of Honeymoon Islands. My website is honeymoonislands.com, and I look forward to helping you. Just say that you've watched this video, and we'll get rocking and rolling. Take care. Bye.